What's happening, guys? Firstly, I just want to say thank you so much for the support, the feedback, and the messages I've received in these last few videos that I put up on YouTube. It's always quite daunting putting your first couple of videos up, especially when you're doing it in this sort of environment where you're talking back, you're interacting, you're doing different things, you're going to these meets, you've got so much going on in your head in one time. So it's quite a lot to kind of put together and collate and make something half decent out of it. Taking the feedback on as well, so hopefully, fingers crossed, moving forward we should have some really good content coming out. So yes, once again, thank you guys for that. Now on to today's topic. Motorcycle Parts Warehouse have sent me out a few bits that they wanted me to try, test, review, give some sort of real life feedback on, which is basically why we're here now. So I won't drag it out, let's get into it. Some of this is what we're going to call your sort of garage essentials, and borderline into your track days if you wanted to, and also specifically a part which is for track riders. So we'll do a comparison between the old product I have, which funnily enough is from Motorcycle Parts Warehouse, and also the new one. So the first thing they sent me out, bike mat, which it's really hard to get this across on camera, but the actual feel, the quality is so much better on these mats. I've had mats from Amazon, eBay, you know me, AliExpress, prime example, and they're not the same. The quality is nowhere near. I mean, I've had this mat here since I bought the Double R. I've had this for like about a month now, a month and a half, and it's just, no matter what you do with it, you can iron it, you hold it down, it does nothing. It weighs next to nothing. It's just flimsy and there's no real quality feel to it. The underneath, they sell it as like these rubber grips, and they're just awful. I mean, there's no grip on that whatsoever, and they weigh next to nothing, which is a really, really important thing, especially when it comes to the mat sliding around like it does. This one, for example, solid. The weight is different. It doesn't move. It doesn't lift easy. You can slide the bike straight onto the mat, especially with these stands, which are quite handy. We'll move on to stands in a moment, but the overall quality of this mat is just far superior to what I've previously purchased. And even the fact they've sent these out to me for free, I'm not going to sit here and lie about the mats, because that doesn't help anybody. These mats are so superior to these basically cheap knockoff versions, putting it bluntly. So I can hand on heart say, if you're looking to get a half decent mat, you've got to get yourself some of these. I'm definitely getting one for the Yamaha, and I'm definitely getting one for the Kawasaki, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind about it, because these are just, yeah. So yeah, if you've got a little garage set up, or you like using a mat on track days just out of courtesy, if your bike ever leaks anything and you're in the paddocks or anything like that, then definitely get yourself over to these guys and get yourself a half decent mat. So let's have a recap on these mats then. Good points, bad points. So the bad points for this, the lack of weight, poor grip underneath, quality of material, good weight, good rubber grip, and the quality is just so much better. It's thicker, it feels better, it weighs a lot more. It's a no-brainer. We'll get on to the second thing, which is going to be paddock stands. Now, whether it's for general maintenance or track days, so you can get some bits and pieces done, or just inspect your chain and all that good stuff, paddock stands are really important. Now, I've got these just for out and about in the workshop, but you don't really want to be doing work on these. You want a nice solid fixed stand. So whether it's in your garage, your workshop, or when you're on track days, you want a nice good stand. Front and rear, obviously, always helps, but the rear definitely, because that's the most important one of the two of them when it comes to keeping the bike stable. Now, these are handy when you're just moving them around and stuff like that, but I wouldn't be happy doing work on these. I mean, you go to tighten or loosen a bolt on these, it's just going to move the bike around everywhere, and it puts too much risk on it. There's three really important things when it comes to stands: how easy it is to get the bike up, how strong the stand is, and how stable it is once the bike is on the stand. Let's have a little look at the ones they've sent me out. So first impressions are actually pretty good. It's solid. It's not rattling when you're shaking it all about like half of them do, compared to the cheaper ones, for example. And they just feel good. Nice glide. And one thing I noticed about these stands, which is really good, the wheels. Sounds daft, but all of the wheels where they sit within the stand, there's always that opportunity that they grip. And when you're going to slide the bike, the last thing you want it doing is gripping. So having these nice free moving wheels on the outside is so much better. Straight on, done. It's so solid. That's literally not going anywhere. Nice finish on the paint, welds are nice, it's solid, it's got a good weight to it. Overall, I'm happy with these. I'm really happy with these, and I'd have no issue with having my bike on the stands at any point, whether it's in the garage or even on the track days. Oh, this feels so sketchy. The sketchy shit I do for videos is not even funny. Right, why is there an extension lead at the back of the bike? So, track day enthusiasts, look no further. Tyre warmers. So, I already am a customer of Motorcycle Parts Warehouse, which obviously says a lot. These are the original tyre warmers I had. Now, these are just the analogue tyre warmers. So, you've got your low, your medium, your high settings. Obviously, they correspond to different temperatures, which I will now put up on screen as to what they are. Now, each manufacturer will have a particular set of temperatures depending on what tyres you're running, what size they are, and all that good stuff. Now these, for example, I know for a fact are 80 degrees for 50 minutes. These are the Metzler TD slicks. Now I've already cleared all of the excess crap that was around this tyre from the last track day, so we can ignore that and just get this straight on. So now that's on there, first impressions, it wraps around the tyre wall really nicely. You can actually feel where the tyre wall edges are, and that wraps around nicely. I'm really impressed with these. But to be fair, even their analogue models, they're just as good for the fitment. I can't knock these for the fitment whatsoever. And for those of you who are going to be like, oh my god, no, you shouldn't do that, you're going to lose heat cycle. Oh no, arrest me, call the police. It's the end of season anyway. Got some old scrubs that can go on there, so it's not the end of the world. Now I have to add as well, both of these sets of warmers are designed for a 180 tyre. Kawasaki's fine, that's a 180. These are a 190, so they're not going to wrap round quite as well, but even still, you can't complain at that. Now with the target temperature being 80, I'm reliably informed that medium is 80. So we put that on there, flick that on, plug that in, turn that on. Now if we set this to 80, it's already set. So we'll leave those, see how quick they get up to temperature. Oh yeah, side note, I have a thermal imaging camera through work, so we'll be able to see how close and accurate the temperature readings actually are. So it's been a little over 20 minutes now. Digital tyre warmer is literally just about to get there. Analog isn't quite there yet, and just as I've said that, we've hit 80. So it's obviously hit target temperature before the analog, which I was kind of half expecting, to be honest. Now what's the gauge saying? I mean, that is pretty close. So this is registering, I don't know if you can see that. It's about 78.5. So it's very close. And then on this side, about 70 to 75 degrees. So they're a little bit slower, but like I say, that's kind of to be expected. So I'm very happy with that, and yeah, it kind of doesn't surprise me that these just about take the cake compared to the analog ones. But having said that, they're 5 degrees behind in terms of speed. They're a good set of tyre warmers. Digital ones just take the edge. Now if we take these off, I mean, we're still a good 20-25 minutes shy of what the manufacturer recommends for these tyres. But yeah, that is very good. Ah, that is so hot. That is good. I mean, just taking those off, look at that. That is brilliant. That is really good. That is exactly what you want out of a good set of tyre warmers. They are absolutely roasting. And this is a really cool dynamic because you never ever physically see this. But look at the difference. Put your hand in there. Ah. That's hot. Really hot. But yeah, wicked set of tyre warmers. I mean, they are pretty much up to temps that quickly. I'm really happy with that. Like, really happy with that. Overall, I'm really impressed with those digital tyre warmers. And to be honest, I don't know why I didn't get them in the first place, because they are fantastic. He says, So I guess the overall question is, what have we kind of learnt from today, or at least what have I learnt? Good mats are just unbeatable. You can't deny the quality between a poor mat and a good mat. Stands make all the difference depending on what you're doing. Like I say, these little movable ones are brilliant for sliding them all over the place, but in terms of actually doing work and having them ready to do any sort of maintenance, those fixed stands are just so good to have. They're so handy. And for the track day enthusiasts, the digital tyre warmers are, well, they just are better than the analog versions. I don't know why I didn't just get myself a good set of digital ones in the first place, because they're only about 50 quid more, I think, off the top of my head. So yeah, if you take anything out of today, definitely get yourself the digital tyre warmers, and definitely spend the extra 10 quid, I think it was. I think these are about 40 quid and these are about 25, so say 15 quid difference, and you get a mat that is more than 15 quid's worth of value better. I'll leave a link down below for Motorcycle Parts Warehouse, so you can go and get some really good bits and pieces yourself. But yeah, I suppose if you're going to go anywhere, go here. Be good to do some more videos like this in future and actually be able to show you guys what this is like in a real world environment when I'm actually on track and the track days, which is probably going to be in next season now, but now I've got it, there's no reason I can't show you.